Hi, Joe McCusker at the Weymouth Club today for a better version of you. We're going to go inside and do some working out. Come on. You coming? So it's like similar to like warming up before you're going to exercise. If you're keeping yourself,
you're keeping your spine warmed up pretty much all day. And this is, you know, again, sometimes I work with older folks who just sitting on the ball is really a challenge. And so, you know, when you first start out, you'd want to sit with a fairly wide stance. You might want to put your hands on your knees because that will help with balance, and just focus on sitting very tall. As you get more comfortable, or if you have good balance already, you can start bringing your legs in. It's a little more challenging. Then with athletes, I will actually have them do this, and I may have you do this. We'll do that later on.
I'm an athlete today.
I'll have them do it like this and maybe put a weight here. Now all of a sudden, woo, I'm working really hard, and believe it or not, I'm working my abs. People always, you know, they always think about doing crunches. Crunches are actually not the best exercise for your abs. For a lot of us, you know, we sit all day, and then we come into the gym and we sit at a machine and do this. Let me do some more of that. Not necessarily the best way to work your abs. When you're balancing and sitting in proper posture, now your abs are working as stabilizers, and that's really the way they're designed to work.
And exercise ball, I know I've had experience using it, and when I use it frequently, my core strength definitely benefits from it.
Yes, very much.
I've fallen off using it probably for about a year.
Sure.
So I could see.
Oh, I thought you meant you'd fallen off literally.
Oh, well,
I was going to tell you to buy a mat.
Yeah,
but,
no, I stopped using it. I can't hang anything on it, but I just haven't.
Yeah.
I need to make it incorporated part of my routine.
Yeah.
And it's all part of those kind of things, like just
rid of
changing.
Your desk chair. That would be my first suggestion. Just
well,
take it
the
out.
rest of the family may not like that, but you know.
You never know.
They probably would like to see me in better shape, so maybe they would. Anyway, so there's exercise you can do, and you can weight train on even on these.
You do it if you want. But yeah, I'll be happy to show you in a minute. We'll get a weight. And I actually do, I'm a little bit crazy. I do a lot of my upper body weight training actually kneeling on the ball.
Wow.
That's a little bit more advanced, and I certainly don't recommend it unless you've had a lot of practice. But, you know, people always say, why are you doing that? It's like, because I hate crunches. You know, if I do this while I'm kneeling on the ball, I don't have to worry about doing 100 crunches a day. And I have no desire to do 100 crunches a day, so it works for me.
Well, plus it's like multitasking.
Exactly.
Being able to get more bang.
Much more efficient.
And we've talked in other sessions about how the world is ballistically attacking our time availability, and no one has any time to work out. Well, you get this at home.
Absolutely.
You're at home sometimes in your life, even if with this busy life that we have, to use those kind of things. And if you sit on a ball watching TV, just sitting on it is going to give you some benefit, right?
Absolutely. And then if, you know, during commercials, you can get down and do an exercise or two, you know, you're ahead of the game. So.
Yeah, and so that's the time when I usually run out and start looking for the ice cream sandwich ice cream, which has been suggested I don't do it anymore. Yeah. Maybe I'll have some grapes or something like that.
Unfortunately, doesn't
some grapes
work
or an orange or some sort of fruit or you know, that kind of a snack rather than the high caloric intake. You know, but just if you could show us one of the exercises that could be beneficial to,
Sure.
and then we can
Sure.
break into
well,
the other.
on the really the most basic level, and this doesn't look like much, but do you mind if I put you on the ball?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
So just have a seat on the ball. Okay. So the first thing, and I don't know if you could see this with the camera, but I was seeing Joe from beside, and you were pretty slumped in the chair. Yeah. The first thing that happened is you sat on the chair, and you did. All of a sudden, you got the nice curves in your back that belong there.
Right.
So you're sitting with a pretty wide stance, which is what I recommend for a beginner. Now what I'm going to have you do is bring your feet so your toes and your heels are touching. Yep, and bring your knees in if you can too. Great. Yeah, it's a little tough.
Just that change was enough.
And now, let's make it a little more interesting. Give me a hand, either one. Good, and just hold on to that. A little more challenging. Okay, he's obviously too good at this, so now.
I almost fell over.
All right, now pick a foot. Yep, and you're going to put one foot in front of the other. I won't make you do the one-footed yet. Just like you're on
I was ready to do the one-footed.
Yeah, so
this
already just sitting there,
yeah, you can
you're
feel
working.
it.
All the muscles in your core are working, so you're strengthening the core. You're becoming attuned to having the better posture. And now I am going to have you hold this again. It's not much weight, but
no, but it's enough to throw you off. That's for sure.
All of a sudden, you're working harder.
I can feel it right here, holding on
and
too.
And the abs over there. And you can imagine with the dumbbell how much more.
You don't want to start calling me names now. Okay.
I'll do my best not
that,
to.
That was
that's a very basic one.
Yeah.
And I'll show you a very basic stretch you can do. You can bring your legs back to sort of comfortable distance apart.
Oh.
And I'm going to have you just walk down. Put your hands back on the ball if you want. Good. Yep. Now just hang backwards. And you're going to bring your arms up. There we go. Good. Good. So this should feel good, number one. Joe tends to hunch forward, so now what we're doing is stretching you backwards.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to also stretch your hip flexors, they're very tight from sitting, you can just push back into your legs a little. Straighten those legs. Yeah. Feel that?
My lower back, I feel.
Your lower back feels good too. All right, bend slowly, and I'm going to have you bring your legs just a little closer to the ball. So bend your knees first. Oh, you did it the hard way. Okay. Now push out. Now your lower back's a little more supported.
Yeah.
And I think you'll start to feel it into the hips.
Yeah.
Now, one thing you have to be careful about with this is you do want to come up very slowly. So, slowly forward. You may end up with your butt on the floor. That's okay. If you have any blood pressure issues,
nope.
You want to be careful about hanging completely upside down. You can obviously check with your doctor and make sure that's okay. But sometimes people do feel a little dizzy if they come up.
Oh yeah, well that's if you're looking upside down.
Yeah.
I definitely have had lightheaded feelings like that before.
So I'm going to have you slowly just sit back up. Good. Very
Ta-da!
nice. Yay!
That was
a nice simple.
But it's amazing how
much harder that is.
Just trying to get this foot in front of this one.
I'm going to sneak off camera for a second and grab you a dumbbell.